make your voice heard right here on the show.
Just like Toby did.
Exactly, just like Toby did. And let's go back to the phones real quick and talk to Satori Komeji of Sargentanis. What's up, Satori?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good, what's up?
Happy to call in, happy to get my feedback.
Okay, floor is yours, man. Go for it.
So I just want to say, one of the terms I watch a lot of Jim Sterling, and one of the terms he throws around a lot is value proposition, right? How much bang for my bang for my buck am I getting?
Right.
And I know you guys, you like the game fact that this game is like, a subscription because it keeps the free to play, your usual free to play cancer out of this game.
Well, and I would have said probably up until Stormblood that it keeps the quality at an acceptable rate.
That's the reason that players that do pay a sub are willing to pay a sub, because they expect to get a product that's better than free-to-play models.
Yes, that's how I was justifying my continued sub. We get quarterly updates, which most free-to-play games don't get quarterly updates, and that those updates are of a generally higher quality than than other free-to-play games. I don't know that I can say with certitude that position anymore. I think that Square Enix has let this situation slide, where I think that you may have a point here, Satori, that, how much bang for my buck am I really getting at? Even, and I'm a legacy subscriber.
Like when you subscribe, if you subscribe for 6 months, you're paying $80 for 6 months, right?
Right.
And in 6 months, throwing out the existence of the our Stormblood expansion, you're getting one raid tier, you're getting the 24-man raid, you're getting 3 dungeons, and that's at the very base of what you're getting. You're getting some new gear to chase after, and the ultimate fight and 2 extreme trials.
Okay. Yeah.
For $80.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've been thinking, because I've been wanting to try out Elder Scrolls Online, and I've kind of found myself a little bit enamored about their subscription model, wherein you buy the game, you can play it like Guild Wars, but if you want to subscribe and get some extra benefits, you can. And I really like that idea, because like in 14, you could subscribe, like maybe you want the armory chest activated, so you subscribe.
But
or maybe you want to be able
ESO didn't start that way, though. They tried to do it the same way they do now, and they flopped, and that's why they had to switch their model.
And the thing is that, and this is 100% speculation, this is 100% opinion, but I have been following Square Enix and Final Fantasy Online development for long enough where I feel pretty comfortable saying this. Where and this is, I think, the overall concern, but I will admit that this is a bit of a straw man argument. But if Square Enix took this game free to play, given their other tactics inside of the space for microtransactions, whether it's a mobile game, whether it's a re-release of something, given the way that they have, shoehorn microtransactions into Deus Ex, right? Like, I foresee a bit of a hybrid between the ESO model and Star Wars: The Old Republic. I think that if it goes free to play, some big core functions are going to be locked behind a paywall. We had a caller 2 weeks ago. Was that 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago? That really kind of first brought this up before anyone else was talking about it, and they said that they could see a situation where Square Enix makes you pay for additional jobs, right? Like you want to level another job, game's free to play, but you got to pay, $10 for a new job, $5, whatever. I don't know what it is.
$10 to like play as a new job, or to unlock
a new job so that you could switch between it, right? Like,
so unlock $20 for Blue Mage.
Sure.
The even mention of something like that makes me want to strangle someone.
Okay, so what I see is something like that, which I would ascribe very much to Star Wars: The Old Republic, right, where they would lock, things like added hot bars behind paywalls, right? And then the element of Elder Scrolls Online that I see them working in is having that optional subscription if you want to keep shelling out however much every month so that you don't have to bother with all that bullshit. That way, someone like myself or Kahlo, who only ever plays one job, right? Like, that is kind of attractive to us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's no way, like when they say free-to-play model, as long as there are people still willing to pay, they are definitely going to take your money.
Absolutely.
But in order to hold on to the people that might leave because they don't want to play, they're going to let them go free-to-play in the hopes that they will keep paying in some form or fashion.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the smart
jump potion to level 50.
That's the smart way to do it.
And again, this is why, dude, this is exactly why when you hear it like, dude, that's a slippery slope when you put in something like jump potion, this is exactly why, because you're on the fucking road to free to play. And I mean, now even the goddamn game director is talking about it, right? Like, you can't sit here and say, oh, you're making shit up, or oh, that's just a crazy call, man, it's never going to happen. Dude, this is the same fucking shit happened with the jump potion, where they were talking about it.
They just casually throw it out there.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we'll do a jump potion at some point, but not anytime soon. And it's still in the discussion phase. Yeah, no. Guess what? If Yoshi P is telling you about it publicly, it's past the discussion phase.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to give someone a hit to get them hooked in.
Oh my God! And you know what? People justified the jump potion by being like, "Well, they already had it programmed into the game in Korea." So in China, yeah. So eventually, when this does go free to play, sort of like the model in Star Wars, people can be like, "Oh, well, the model was always already there." So
but we've been saying that
they've been making their money through the cash shop anyway.
But we've been saying that because the people who want to excuse shit like this are the same people that are going, "Well, 11 is still." Holding to a subscription model. It's because, listen, let me explain something to you. 11 was never built with the idea that microtransactions were a thing. Like,
it wasn't a thing then.
It wasn't a thing. You couldn't get away with that. Like, I'm pretty sure that there were companies that tried and failed miserably, right? There was no intrinsic value to digital items. That economy was still shaking itself out. People were still writing books about the way that digital economies were fucking forming. So you can't give me this bullshit like, oh, well, there was a market there. Blah, blah, blah. No, there fucking wasn't. There was literally nothing there. So Final Fantasy XI never built that into its code. Therefore, the portal that you need to access Final Fantasy XI, aka Play Online, you would have to remove all of that. You would have to strip FF11 from Play Online, which is going to take more development dollars than you will be able to make back by introducing microtransactions into such an old game. I will not accept, just because FF11 has a subscription still, that FF14 will always fucking have a subscription. That is not fucking true. There are very practical reasons why Square Enix would never be able to put microtransactions into FF11, and they built FF14 in a post-microtransaction world. If you don't think that was part of it, look at the fucking cash shop. It's already there. What more proof do you need?
Yeah, in order for something to go free to play, it needs to have a way to make money. FF11 doesn't have another way.
That's right.
And FF11 is basically done. They have like an update every so often to update the end game, and that's it.
They have a way they can sell you shitty necklaces and include codes.
Oh yeah, so
I mean,
and then there's not a cash shop, but there's DLC. So I mean, but that's the thing. Like, Final Fantasy XI is done. Like, there wouldn't be any point to adding a cash shop now at this point because they're done. People who are still paying for Final Fantasy XI, they're going to be paying regardless of whether or not you have the cash up or not. So just make them have a fee, make them have the server fee.
Because it doesn't make a value sense, right? Like, it's going to take more money to program in a shop, to remove Play Online, to have the even pipeline to be able to take care of something like that, then they would make money even if they had microtransactions and still charged a sub.
And
that's why they don't do it.
One thing real quick, Kahlo. And if Final Fantasy XI was free to play before, like right now, there would be no way they would actually add a sub right now. The only reason it has a sub right now is because it's always had a sub.
Right.
All right. I need to give Nika a chance to call this person out on stream. Balti93 says Aquapolis 4.0 is getting updated. That's endgame and it's endless.
But in what world is maps endgame? You can do it with 4 people, and it's the most casual content ever. I don't like.
Didn't you want low man casual content for endgame, Nika?
Low man hard content, not casual. Low man content I can do with my 4 of my friends from my static that we can do on alternate days of the week that progresses our character and is hard, that requires progression, but it's different than the endgame that we have.
If I put my keyboard on my chair and let forth a torrent of diarrhea for the better part of 7 minutes, I would be able to get through Aquapolis just fine.
Well, I mean, they're saying that new endless one is coming out. Okay, we don't know exactly how hard that's going to be, but please tell me what will come out of that. That's not just things I sell for
It
kill.
gives you maximum item levels to craft with.
I know what this is gonna. I know how it's gonna go. It's gonna go. This new map is gonna go to some random stranger that you've never seen before, and you're gonna spend 30 minutes trying to clear this new set of 7 rooms so they can get all the loot because maps suck.
Exactly. I really and he's saying I can have a stat. Someone else was saying I could have 2 statics and just make sure that the second static is a group that's already cleared, so that way you can progress. And that doesn't make any sense, because in this game they lock you out of shit so that if I clear 1 through 3 and then want to join another static to get more gear, first of all, I can't, because I wouldn't be able to lot more than one thing a week. Secondly, is it would lock them out of getting more chests because I've already cleared. That is meant to be done in one group throughout the week. And the thing is that nobody raids that every week. I raid it 2 days a week. That's the time that fits with my group, and we have fun doing it. But the other 3 days of the week, I should have something to do. I should be able to progress my character. I should have more to do. I've gotten all my tomes. The only way I can progress now is to clear raid. That's all I have right now. And I really just wish that I could
just make an alt.
There's nothing, and I really wish that this game allowed you one of the best things that 11 and 14 had is being able to level multiple jobs on one character. I am one of those people that levels every fucking job. I've got 10 at 70 already, and all of the crafts, and almost I've done all of them, and I just feel like I should be able to play those. So let me tank Tuesday and Thursday during the current raid that we have, then give me another piece of endgame content that lets me play Samurai. Why is this what I'm locked into doing? As fun as it might be, why is it the only thing that I have? Why I want to play this game. I want to throw and waste my life on this game. But when I log in on the 3 days I'm not raiding with my friends, I can't do anything because there is nothing to do.
Oh, but now you have
Aquapolis.
Well, not just Aquapolis. Well, now you have what is it? The fucking extra Bahamut fight now too.
Oh yeah,
unending. That's made for you.
Not until 4.1.
You gotta join everyone else.
Oh yeah.
First.
And the thing is that's still made to do with your group that you've already cleared the other 4 runs with. This is not different content. It's an add-on to the content we already have.
What Nika can't even do the Bahamut fight.
What Nika is saying. What Nika is saying is that she's really sick of her raid group and she wants anyone else to play with.
No, I love my raid group.
I'm kidding.
But the thing is that
I'd be sick of a group if I couldn't beat Neo.
Hey, we just started. We've only been in 4 one time.
Nika, you need better healers.
But I mean, for a minute though, when Palace of the Dead was new content, you did get a little bit of that, where you did.
Oh, keep it up.
Oh,
thank you, Rendo.
Thanks, man. We are keeping it up.
Thanks, Rendos.
Keeping it real.
Anyway, but when we first got Palace of the Dead, it was a little bit like that, because you would have either groups that would break off from a raid, or you would you'd be able to have a different party comp. You'd be able to pull people from your free company or link shell. That was a little bit refreshing. But again,
you also got a 235 weapon when the item level cap was 240.
I mean, I'm not.
So that was actually useful.
I mean, yeah, it was, but only very temporarily, which was kind of the complaint about it. But it was again, that breakup of content was nice. And the thing is that if we didn't have these major beats that we knew that we would be counting on, that we kind of roll our eyes about getting, a body in the chat, who, by the way, claims that they're being bullied, such a victim, like they're claiming like, oh well, suddenly 24-man content is going to be not considered endgame. The thing is that when it's fucking copied and pasted from what we expected before, we know that there's going to be 4 bosses. We know that there's going to be trash packs in between. Like, we know how exactly this is going to be laid out. It's these major beats that it's like, can we like can we have one less of these to have anything else,
something new?
The problem here is imagine if your favorite TV show was coming back for season 2 and they played season 1 again. Dude, and pass that off as season 2.
But they changed the names. They changed the names of some of the characters, and they called it new.
Satori, I heard the Rick and Morty drop. That was
fuck
good.
You, Dick.
That was no. That was totally. I love that. But no. But I'm sorry. Did people not? Did half the people who went to go see The Force Awakens not shit their pants because it was basically a remix of fucking A New Hope?
Yup, that was my biggest problem with it.
And we've gotten A New Hope 3 fucking times in a row.
And Star Wars fans eat it up.
We didn't even get a pale comparison of it. We've got it's like now we're getting A New Hope again, except this time we've stripped out some of the parts that you like and we've replaced it with needless garbage. We've replaced it with footage of
getting her nails done.
of George Lucas jerking off for half an hour.
That's a different
Honestly, myself and a lot of Star Wars fans I know are actually in that like waiting phase like we were with 14, whereas we know they brought back Star Wars and that episode 7 definitely followed the formula. They played it safe. It was good, but we saw the problems with it. The issue now is that if episode 8 follows that same path and just repeats episode 5,
they're gonna have
there's going to be problems here. However, if it deviates, as 14 should have but didn't, if Star Wars deviates, because now that they've reeled us back in, they know like they've got the fan base, the fan base knows they can make a good movie. Now's their time to deviate, and if they don't, my hopes for Star Wars are also going to plummet. Like, this is that pivotal moment. And 14 had that at Heavensward launch, and 14 had that at Stormblood launch, and both times they have failed.
If episode 8 repeated the same steps as episode 5, but they canceled 9, that'd be pretty awesome.
I don't know about that. I don't know. Anyway, Satori, thanks for the call. We always appreciate hearing from you. Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. Let's talk about these patch 4.1 notes.
All right, so obviously the big thing that we're going to be getting